Welcome to ASM Performance. We're doing another collab with FaZe to install these performance seats in my 2023 Model Y. And these seats are the new refresh Model 3 and they have it in the Model S Plaid seats. This one I opted with a ventilation, and if you don't want ventilation, it's an option, but I'll show you the whole install process on my car. Let's go. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is get in the car, go down to software. We're gonna press and hold Model Y. Once it does that thing, we're gonna type in service. We're gonna enter service mode, just in case because we're gonna be tapping into airbags, like moving airbags around and all that stuff. So just in case, because the seats will be out. And yeah, so now we'll get to the disassembly process. All right, so you can remove all your weather mats and my carpet. The tools you'll need at this time is just your handy dandy plastic trim tool. All right, so we're gonna remove this first, then this whole plastic piece. So we'll do it step by step. So first, we're gonna pop this off like this, and then pop it off. Get that clip. So don't pull outwards, only the top. The bottom is hooked onto there. We're gonna lift up and out. So that's first piece. Second piece, just pop your trim tool here. Pop, one. Should be 3 clips. My dash is moving. Oh, popped out. Next, we're gonna pull the weather stripping back all the way up until here. And then here you'll find a plastic trim thing, plastic clip. I'm gonna pop that out at the corner. Better if I use the other side. Pop that off, and then pull this towards you to unclip it. Come onto the other side, and then just pull up on all of this. Easiest way to pull this out is because there is one, there's a tab like straight in. It's not a clip or anything, it's just a placeholder. You just bend this back, lift this up, and it's out. And this is what I was talking about right here. Next is to remove the seat. We're gonna push it back all the way as far as it can go. And the tool for this will be a T45. And all you have to do is you're gonna put it in there, loosen it up a little bit, and then go to the other side, loosen the other side. All right, so I just happen to switch to this. You can use this to just loosen it up a little bit, then just add your drill to make it a faster process. Got that out. And then here's the most important part that I learned while assembling that seat to learn everything, is bring this all the way forward, obviously for the back 2 screws, but there's a screw for this piece under here. If you don't bring it all the way forward, see where it stops, watch. Stops, bring it a little bit forward, and you'll be perfectly fine. You'll have all clearance for the back screws. So we're gonna go and remove the 2 back screws. All right, so second step, after those screws are released, we're gonna be unbuckling, taking the buckle off the actual seat. What I did on the passenger side is I took it completely apart so I can show you guys exactly what to do when you put the screwdriver in this hole and to put it in this hole. So let's hop onto the passenger side and I will show you guys what to do so it's easier for you guys to get an idea of what's happening inside. All right, so we're here on the passenger side. This is what I was talking about where I disassembled the seat belt. So this white switch is what you're gonna, so this is one of the holes, and then this is right here, which is gonna be the second one. And that one's gonna push this way. So first I'm gonna show you how to move the white clip. You have to go past the first one and the second one. So we're gonna go like this, push it in all the way. Once you're in fully almost, can't really do this with one hand. You can take this and then bam, it's clicked in. That's when your seat belt will unbuckle. All right, everyone, so what you're gonna do is obviously stick the screwdriver in at the bottom, push up onto the clip, and then over here, you're just gonna push in and drop that bracket apart, which here, I've already done that. So now we're going to move on to the wire harness. So this wire harness goes from here all the way up into the side wall right here. So first, we're going to swing back around. There's another plastic tab right about here. What we're going to do is pop this one off as well. If it comes off, where the hell is this? There we go. Take that off. We're going to move all of this stuff over to the side. And this wire harness is about right here. All right, so. Okay, so this wire harness, it is the one next to the black wiring harness, which is the gray one right in between. I don't know if you guys can peep that. We're gonna take it, and what it should look like, gray harness, it's gonna look like this. You take that clip, pull it down, and then pull back on it. You're gonna pull back on it like that. All right, so once you unlatch that wire, should be right here. You shouldn't have all these miscellaneous wires like me. I have a lot of other modifications done to this car. And so we're gonna pull this out from under. One wire out. Pass it around this second wire. Right there. The next thing you do, unlatch it from here. One tab, second lock, second tab. I have another wire next to it. I guess this one you're gonna have to require a pick tool on this one, or a trim tool. Pop that one. You're just gonna keep going down. Go through here. It's Velcroed on, so just pull this off, don't be afraid. And then you'll expose the rest of the wiring harness. And then again, I have this extra wire for my stuff. I'm gonna be running it through it so I don't pull any of their extra wires that I don't need to. And that's about it. Then your seat is ready to come out. The best way to do it is probably to lift and kind of like rotate outwards, if you get what I'm saying. So you're gonna lift up, rotate it, come around this way. Make sure you push your steering wheel up. I'm gonna grab a better grip of it from right here. Lift it up, rotate, 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 over and up. And now the whole seat assembly is out. All right, so you're gonna grab yourself some two pick tools or two flatheads or some type of thin screwdrivers. And over here on both of the headrests, there's clips that are on there. I'll try and show you guys if I can. But one's gonna be on the inside and one's gonna be on the outside. So we're gonna try to remove that here. You see that clip right there? You're gonna take it, shove your pick tool in there, hold that one there. This one's on this side, this one's coming on the further outer portion. There's a second clip, slide it in there, and next thing you know, your headrest should come up. And you're good to go on that. Remove these, make sure they don't pop out. Second step is we're gonna push down on this a little bit and pop them off. And underneath there's two straps. All you're gonna have to do is literally take it, unstrap one, go this way, unstrap the second. Then when you pull this out, there's two hooks at the bottom, which are right here, 1 and 2. They hook onto the thing, so you just pull up on it and out. And your back plastic piece is off. Next, we're gonna go underneath again and show you guys, we're gonna be removing this wire, gray wire, and the occupancy sensor. So when you buy the pre-built versions from Hansshow, they will come with the occupancy wire, the green wire, and that. So everything's mostly plug and play. Besides that, rear, if you're trying to get ventilated seats. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these wires. All right, next what you're gonna do is we're just gonna unlatch every single part that's holding the seat cover. So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's gonna work like, literally just like, I'll get you a better view. Literally pull them back. It's gonna be on the metal bracket a little bit. Pretty simple, pull back. That's it. Pull back on this, unlatch, pull back and over. Some are decently loose. Pull back and over. This one, pull down and out. Down and out. I think for this one more last one. Down now. And driver side will have 2 airbags. Passenger side only has 1 on the outermost side. So you only have to transfer 1 on the passenger side. But this one does have 2 airbags. They're holding with 10mm bolts. So we're going to remove those 2 and then take the seat cover out with it. All right, so you've gotten the 2 bolts out on each side. Next step is to unplug the airbag, which is this black wire right here. All you're gonna do is pull down on it, down and out. That's how you release it. All right, so once you have both of the airbags plugs unplugged, you're gonna remove the rest of the seat, which is here. And then you have a bolt in the middle, which is a 10mm that's holding this backrest and the lumbar support in. We're gonna be removing this as well if you have the ventilation, because we will have to cut a hole right here for the fan to sit. So we're gonna remove this in the meantime, and then take our 10mm, unscrew that, remove the rest of the backing off, and now your seat is free to go. So we're gonna turn the seat around, and then we'll show you how to pull it off basically. All right, so you're gonna pull back on the airbags, undo the bolts first, take it off the bolt pattern on both sides, and then take it and you're gonna slide this bottom cushion out first. Stick your hand underneath the bolster right here and pull forward on it. There you go, unhooks, and you're gonna slide up on it for the easiest removal. Make sure you don't yank the wire. Make sure you pass the wire through. You're gonna take this is enough. And there you go, your top of seat cushion is off. All right, so now that we have the top portion out, one note I would try to tell you that I forgot myself is deflate these lumbar supports. I don't know if it's gonna make it difficult or not, but I would just say just to make it easier on your life to deflate those. But next step is to remove the bottom support, which you're gonna take your 8mm socket, and remember how I was saying that there's a bolt underneath? We're gonna get underneath it right here. On top of the socket is the bolt. It's the 8mm socket. You're just gonna unscrew it off. Right, just like that. And then the rest of it is all clips. Just pull it back. Some of these clips are in there, there you go. You release it that much, which is good enough. And then the other side, you're gonna come. Same thing on this side, just release it a little. There's a lot of stains here, I ain't gonna lie. But should be out, this one should be unclipped for the most part. Then all you're gonna do is go to the bottom, and same idea as the top, but these are a little bit more tighter. You take this, and then you can use a screwdriver or something, and then pull it down. They're really on there tight. Do that, it sounds like it's cracking, but it's not. There you go. They're factory put on. There you go, there's on that side. Then there's gonna be one on this side, and your right hand side, one on the left hand side, and then I'll show you the rear ones, which are the easiest. The rears are hooked on to this metal bracket, brace bracket. Same deal. You're gonna take it, if I can see it, you're gonna take it, just bend it forward, unlatch it, take it, unlatch it like that. You got that release. So I'm gonna release the 2 sides, and we're gonna come back to the rest. All right, one step, once you're done with those, there's one more thing that you have to release. Let's go back underneath. It's gonna be that rear occupancy sensor right here. There's a tab behind it, pull it up, and pull it up off of this. That's gonna come off with your seat cushion. Then, all you gotta do is literally take your seat cushion off, and now you have the full shell. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab the top portion and the bottom portion of the new seats, install the ventilation system, and if you don't have that, you can skip towards the end-ish where we're assembling the whole seat. All right, so this is the new seat, but remember, off the old seat, we have to pull the old airbags out. So all it's gonna do is just remove it off of this. These aren't even like proper holes. The top is gonna be the opening. You can stick your hand in there, and then pull this down, take your hand here, and literally slide it out like that. All right, so once you got the airbag out, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna make sure the screw holes are facing that way and downwards. You're gonna slide this in to the baggie they provide, kind of. And then we're just gonna flip this over and in. So there's two ways you can go about the airbag. Is you can already flip this completely over. Let me show you. I'll just do one side like this. So you're gonna take this, stick it between this, slide that packaging in there. Take it, slide it out like this. Flip it over like this, and make sure you get the cushion right. So you're gonna pull it out properly. And then once it's in, then you can take your airbag and then slide it down this way. So now your airbag is done and secured. So repeat the same thing on the other side, but make sure those bolts are flipped. All right, so once we have both of the airbags in like this, you don't have to penetrate these holes to make them, but once we put it on the actual seat, then you can poke them through so you know exactly where to do them. So next step is gonna be us installing the ventilation fan on the tops portion of the seat. All right, so we're gonna come back to the original shell. We're gonna take this off. With the lumbar support, it's gonna be right here plugged in. You're gonna remove it off the bracket so it's easier to unplug. You're gonna go ahead and unplug it. All right, so once you have it unplugged, you're just gonna take this, push up on it, and then pull down at the same time. And I guess there's an extra thing to remove. So you're gonna unplug this one, this part as well. Just like that. And then take this mechanism with, unclip it like that. Take this and take the whole thing with us. So once it's off, you're gonna position it probably right here. It's gonna be the exact same spot, but you're just gonna cut the diameter of the fan. You're gonna pop it on there, draw a Sharpie, and cut the hole. So once you drilled your hole and put this as a template, you're gonna take your air mat thing, place it on here, make sure it fits snug right there, and then you're gonna take your sticky pad, sticky facing down, and then you're gonna put this on top of it like that, around there, and then draw out your same thing you did for this thing. You're gonna do this on, just mark it out on that, and you're gonna cut it around it. All right, so once you have that drilled up, you're gonna slide the housing behind this thing, let it stick on it, and have this facing upwards because the connector is gonna come at the bottom and your wire is gonna run from the bottom. So now we're gonna go ahead and take the lumbar support again and reassemble this back on there. And I'm just gonna cut to it since we showed you how to remove it. Just repeat those steps backwards. Now that you put the rear lumbar support back on, we're gonna focus on the bottom seat. This is that occupancy sensor I was talking about. So when you do put the air distribution thing on there, it gets blocked. So you're gonna cut a little hole for that and have that feed out first. And then you're going to add the tape over it, which in my case, I'm gonna put the tape on the edges and put this black sheet in the middle, because another thing is, this paper is really sensitive. If you take it off and it sticks on itself, then it is really hard to take apart. So when you're doing this, always be careful to peel it off like layer by layer, then put it down. But if you're experienced, then obviously you can go ahead and remove it and layer it all at once. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a little hole for this right here, and then pop it out. And then we are going to go to the seat and then find out exactly where our hole is gonna be on that thing, and cut it out and pop that on there too. All right, so the best way to do this portion is take off your rubber housing off the last fan that's left. Depends on what step you're on right now, but this is my last seat. This is gonna be my last housing. And place it about around right here in between all 4 bracket areas. That's where you'll probably get the most perfect snug fit, like it's meant to be. Same thing over here. There's a wire plug. Keep this design facing that way. Let me redo it so you can see exactly what we're gonna get in the end. I'm gonna restart this one. Too much movement. There we go. So since that's facing up there, this would go right there, and your wire will be perfectly behind, because that's where we're gonna plug it in from. Once that's done, we're gonna take the rear seat, kind of like not put it on there, but like place it up against it. Make sure this thing lines up perfectly. Find your occupancy wire. So you're gonna make it come out from this end. And then I'm gonna take this and draw a faint line of where we want it. So that's perfect now. I'm gonna take it off and go ahead and cut it. Take this, slide it out like that. Like that. So realistically, you'll have a whole one big sheet. You're gonna put it on top of it. Same circle you drew there, you're gonna cut it on this paper. And then repeat the same steps you did for the top side, where you slipped the plastic housing in and then stuck it down on. So we're gonna do that to this side too now. All right, so this is what mine looks like. Disregard this. This is a makeshift thing. As I told you, the other backing paper got stuck onto each other. So I made my makeshift, put that in there. Same concept, same everything. But now we're gonna go to the seat and show you how to install it. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys on the floor first. Take your wire, pass it through, take the cushion, and you're just gonna take your hand and pull it down a little bit right there to get it over this metal bar. Keep pushing down from the other side. Let me go to the other side. Fall in like this. And then you're gonna take the top cushion, pull it over this until it's like fully over the metal. And then we're gonna take the fan and squeeze it right around this. Right there. So we got that fan out. We're gonna go ahead and lock this and the 2 sides. And then they have one right here. All it's gonna do, you're gonna take this, pull over it, and latch it on like that. Same with the other side. The final result on that one, we're gonna put it back on the stand and do the top portion. So I've gone ahead and clipped everything back. Clip this side panel back together too. So while it's already upside down, just go ahead and take your 8mm and the bolt, put it in there, and go ahead and line it up and screw it in like that. It's gonna be on there tight. So I'm gonna take this seat, put it back on the stand, and show you guys how to do the top portion. As you reinstalled your lumbar support and cut your hole out, whatever's needed, you can go ahead and plug up, if you have it already, go ahead and plug the lumbar support power in, clip these things back, and then now we're gonna go and bring the seat. Same concept as the other side. Let me bring this over. How there's a groove right here. That groove goes around this bar. I've seen it done where someone does the top first, then the bottom. I don't think it makes a difference because I did top first on this and bottom at this. Now we're gonna try it the other way and see. And then watch for your airbags. That's one main thing too. Make sure you pull your airbags out while installing this. Like the old one, we went up with it. This one, you really don't have to, just lock it in and everything's just gonna fold onto it. So we can go ahead and pull this out. Make sure you pass your top heated seat wire through that. Pull your heated seat wire through, and then you're just going to So once you have the back seat on a little bit, you're gonna grab this piece that's in the box and you're gonna let it slide down onto this like that. And then you're gonna take your metal bar facing this way, so this facing outwards, and you're gonna slide it down from the other side, down these. You might have to pull this pin back for it to slide through, but if you happen to get lucky, then good for you. I will be pulling these pins back. Just wiggle it in a little bit. Clip one. They should clip right into place. All right, so once you have the metal bracket locked into place, you're gonna take the seat and you're gonna throw it over it. Yeah, just like that. Bring that over that. I'll start forming the rest of the seat backwards. Make sure your airbags are still aligned. So for me on this part, I might just go ahead and put the bolts on the airbag, maybe not tighten them down all the way, but run the bolts on there. Same place where you got them from. Go ahead, pull this back and latch them all onto the metal bracket of the frame. It's really difficult with one person. If you're able to maneuver it here and there. There you go. Got this side in. Take your hand. I'd recommend take your hand this way, scrunching it back, and then it usually clips on almost. Take this, repeat the same thing on this side. All right, so once that's on, once all of your stuff has been latched on, note to self, it is easier to do the top first, then the bottom seat. That's what I did for the other one. I mistakenly said the opposite way, but you can get away with it. I did too, right here. It was a little bit more difficult, but if you're watching this video before installing it, I would recommend doing the top first, then the bottom seat. But going forward now, we're going to grab this emblem, the emblem that they gave us. There's a plastic layer on there too, so don't worry about the fuzziness. We're gonna put 2 golden clips on it. And my kit didn't come with screws for some reason, but if your kit comes with screws, you put 1 screw here, and they're gonna screw on the back right here. So right here, we got the logo. We're gonna take the gold clips, slide it on there just like that. Second one, slide it on just like that. Make sure they're as centered as possible. And then We're gonna go to the other side, find out where those clip holes are, take this badge and align it. And then you'll hear those clicks right there. I hope you could hear that on the microphone. And then I don't like this, so I'm gonna take the plastic off. And that is on there. Second step for this final touch-up spot is you're going to grab this piece from your box, just a regular piece that's gonna go up here. Same step here, take your golden clips, slide them onto all of the flat brackets. All right, so once you have all your clips on, you're just gonna go ahead, take your formation, go this way, align the clips up and your tabs, make sure they all sit, and then go ahead and just squeeze them. You can hear these like little clicks. That means they're in. And there we have it. We got this piece all butted up nicely, no gaps around the edges. And then we are going to install the fan, run the wire. So I just grabbed the fan, and same thing here. You're just gonna pull them over the tabs like this, just like that. And if you did all these steps correctly, your connector will be facing downwards. Downwards for the top seat, and then backwards facing for the bottom one. So you don't have to stretch the wire as much, and they all can go combined. All right, so we got this wiring harness. This side with both of these wires are gonna come connected to that one long harness. You can separate them just so you can seal this up, because this will just get connected to that portion. The shorter wire goes to the bottom of the fan, and your longer wire goes right here into your top fan. And all of these are plug and play. So your seat wire, plug that in here, then plug it into the OEM connector. Same thing here, the seat wire from the aftermarket seat, then OEM connector here. Just piggy tail off of all the wires. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll tune right back in. All right, so we got everything else wired up. We did some cable management, zip tie some of the wires to the top, especially the passenger seat's gonna have a box. The box at the bottom, it's the same scenario as this, just the box, just leave it up there, zip tie or whatever. But this is gonna be your power harness wire. So come with me to my car. I've already popped out the back side of the bottom, which is right underneath the air vent. But someone like me, I have a lot of connectors, so I had to rip off a lot more. But if you don't have any connections, it will be blue to blue. And all you gotta do is you'll unclip the male side, unclip the female side, and then basically piggy tail again, opposite way. Connect this side to the to the female port, and the male goes into this side. So I'm gonna try to rearrange my wiring and everything like that, and then get back to you. All right, so let's rewind. We're gonna take off the black piece one more time, and we're gonna take these prongs and pull them back, both of them, and pull that metal bar out as we install it. Not all the way, but just enough for this to go up. The reason being is to put this back on, the way we have to do it, you have to lock this on, then go up, and then close the pull. All right, once you've pulled this up, the bar up out of the way, you can go ahead and clip this piece right back on. All right, so we got that locked up. Now you're gonna take this, bend this, and then lock it into place. Make sure these sides lock into the side metal bar pieces. If not, then it's just not gonna fit properly. So we're gonna take it like this, scooch that on there, make sure both are on there, make sure side bracket is clearing on both sides. We're up. Now that this is up here, you're gonna take the metal bar and try to find the holes. There you go. Now it's all locked, and this is what your seat back looks like. Then you're gonna go in, same thing with how we unstrapped it. You're gonna go at the bottom, take it back, and strap everything back down. All right, so once you got that backing on and everything, we're gonna move to the next step, which is your headdress. You're gonna grab one of your two of your gold clips, slide them right here, pop it on there, take this one, pop it on there, make sure they're both centered as much as possible. These two will align with two of your guidance holes at the top, and then there's two big ones at the bottom. So wide goes to the bottom, narrow goes to the top. You're gonna take it up there, slide it in, feel for the groove. They're pretty easy to find, but just stretching. Just give it a little whack, you know? Whack-a-mole. Now we are gonna take the passenger side seat first. This is driver. Passenger side seat first, and pop it into the car. And then we'll show you that. Then we'll just show you honestly the final results, because you repeat the same thing for the driver's side, just plug and play everything. All right, so we're gonna put this seat back in. We're gonna go backwards first, turn a little bit, and then it should drop in to the rails. Somewhere along the lines, I need to go forward. Right there. And then next thing we do is bolt the seats in. All right, so we're just gonna go back, and as you saw, we screwed that back in. We're gonna go ahead and run this cable under here, snap it into place here. So tuck it back. All we gotta do, tuck it into place. Remove this. Get this back. Make sure everything's clipped in. And then we're gonna go and connect this connector back into the same wall of connectors that we had. All right, so we grab this piece, same way, bend it in, put it into that placeholder, lock all of these panels in. Make sure on this one you get the carpet behind it. Then you grab one of your plastic clips, put that one clip into place, which is right here. Lock that into place. You can go ahead and snap everything else back in as well. This goes first. Lock these pieces in and seal off your weather stripping on this side. Then, last but not least, on this side, we're gonna take the seat belt, make sure it's straight, that hole right there, take it in, lock into place. Now we're gonna go install the driver's seat. Same thing here. Gonna go, it's just a heavy seat. We're gonna feed this wire, which is the plug wire. In between the center console, there's the same flap that you had on this side. That fabric slotty type look on this side. You're gonna feed it through the middle onto the other side to clear go through. You can use a fishing wire, or you just pass it through. You'll be able to do it. All right, so I just ran the power cable over to the passenger side. You're gonna clip this side in, and then you're gonna take this one, clip the corresponding sides in. This is only necessary if you have cooled seats. If you don't have cooled seats, then all these steps you're just basically gonna skip. So now we're just gonna rewire that driver's seat back into the same power cable into the actual wall, clean up that side, and then we will test both seats. All right, so as you can see, we got both of the seats installed. So, cooling seats. Hopefully y'all could see this. But to activate the cooling seats, if you opted in for the cooling seats, is you're gonna go to your rear defroster and click it 5 times. There you go. You saw those, I don't know if you noticed it, but there was a flash right there. I'll do it one more time. those hazard lights, hazard flash went off and this went up. So that means you're swapping between heated seats and cooled seats. So right now, let me see if you can hear that. That is the heat cooling seats that are activated. I'll turn it around so you guys can hear it better probably. But cooling seats are activated. You can change the levels. Tap it again like 5 or 6 times. Got the noise and the hazards. And now it's back to heated seats. So now all functionality is back to normal. Lumbar support works. Everything seems to work. But yeah, now we're gonna take it over to FaZe and see what he thinks about these seats and the comfortability of it compared to the original OEM Model Y seats. All right, so we're here. We're about to pull up to FaZe's house and show him these new seats that we got installed.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Doing good, doing good. We got the seats installed.
That was a quick installation. All right, let's check this out. Oh my God. Oh my God. This legit looks like the performance seats. Like, this looks amazing. All right, I gotta sit inside.
You have to sit in it.
Dude, this even feels different.
It does.
So like, I can honestly like right away feel the difference in the cushion. It feels more padded. Wow, this is nice. All right, let's feel that little headrest. Okay, wow. Okay, you know, like it's funny because whenever I drive in a Tesla, right, I always wish that there was something like this there, right, that kind of gave you more of a like a headrest, right? Because it's like right now it's just so flat with the standard cars.
Yeah.
So this is sick because, you know, on those long drives this kind of comes handy. I feel the, you know, like the cushion and the padding.
Yeah.
So it's way more comfortable, and obviously it's way more stylish. Just kind of gives me like that Porsche look, you know.
Oh
like
yeah, definitely.
Like the performance.
They're much wider too, so like it hugs your body perfectly.
Oh yeah, yeah. This feels great. So when you get this, it's the driver's seat and the passenger seat, right?
Ventilated,
same exact thing, right?
And then you can opt out of the ventilation too. You don't have to have the ventilation. Heated seats comes standard on it.
All right, so if anybody wants these seats, I mean, not only does it look great, but it adds a lot of comfort as well, as you can see, right? So if you're interested, I've got a link in the description below. If you use my link, you get a special discount as well. So if you're interested, you know, check that link out, get that discount, because this is worth it. If you are a Tesla fan like us, right? And if you want these, you know, stylish looking seats with added comfort, no one does it better than Hansshow. So you know, check that link out, and I am really impressed. Like, I feel like if I showed this to someone who has a Model 3 Performance and I kind of said, hey, compare your seats to this, I don't think they'd be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, they would not be able to.
Dang. All right, well, this is really, really nice. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and also comment below and let us know what accessories do you want us to highlight next. So whatever your thoughts are, whatever questions you have, leave them down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the Tesla Circuit channel, and we'll see you next time.